open up the questions for Marcus Johnson and Daniel Humphrey.
Dejan, I guess starting off, just how nice is it to get back in the win column? Obviously, a tough stretch here recently, but just how nice to just get that win feeling back.
Man, it felt good. It's been a long time. It's been like since January we won. So just getting back in that win column and just building on this is something that we can do, and just it's a blessing. It's been a while for sure.
Marcus, the ball movement just looked outstanding tonight. 15 assists for you guys. Out on the perimeter just looked really, really good. I mean, I guess what changed, tonight maybe compared to those last couple of games for you guys?
Just us harping on, not trying to get on each other, but just moving the ball around more. Just stop being so stagnant. Just start cutting, moving. Shot, the ball will find you. The ball will find the right person. So we're really just being patient and finding the right guy.
Dejan, you guys start off on fire. You hit a couple threes early on, but that one to end the first half in the corner, I think, was enormous. Just to kind of keep the momentum going. Just how big was that? Obviously, just to keep the energy going and maybe going in the locker room.
It's just a shot that we practice every day. Like we always, just me being in the right position, Tay gonna find me, and I feel like we needed that. They started to come back a little bit, so just going into the half with some momentum, like you said, and just calming the game down. I feel like that was something that we needed.
Question for both of you. How, I guess, with this tough stretch recently, how challenging is it, to kind of overcome something like that and, just keep the motivation high, keep the energy level high, in practices and games, just how much did maybe these last couple weeks kind of test you guys here?
It tests us a lot. It's definitely challenging, being on a 5-game losing streak because, it's just feel like you just can't get a win. Shots not going in. So just staying in the gym, just going back to the drawing board is all you can do, and keep going back and put the work in.
I feel like we built for it. I mean, it's just adversity. You can't have no success without adversity. So it's just keep going and just keep your head down and just keep working. Something good gonna come out.
Hey, John, you're obviously a really big energy guy, especially defensively, really good effort, but then, throwing the offensive performance like you had tonight, how much do you kind of embrace your role of really bringing that juice, bringing that energy to the team and everything?
I feel like it's important for the team. Like everybody needs that energy guy, somebody to just pick up the team and lead them. And whether that's playing defense or putting the ball in the hole, you got to be able to do it. You got to make those sacrifices because you got people like Marcus who is efficient and prolific scorer. So you got to find your niche and find your way to get on the floor.
And Marcus, you had your first college Division I double-double. You had 22 points and 13 rebounds. I mean, how did that feel for you to accomplish that and also, pick up the win to snap this, losing streak you guys are on?
It felt good. Coaches getting me by each rebounding more. Obviously, I got to push myself to stay active. Knowing that I can go get rebounds as well. So it felt good, but the win felt even better. So.
And what do you think changed tonight in terms of your rebounding? Like, it felt like you had a much more efficient night on the boards. What do you think changed, or did you do differently tonight against NIU?
Hitting first, being more physical. Just seeing how the ball can come off the ground, really, and just keep trying to be active. Stop being lazy, really.
And Dejan, you guys dominated on the second chance points today. A lot of consistent rebounds. Like, what do you guys practice up into this week to really dominate that aspect of the game?
Really just having the effort and energy to go get it, and just say that I'm gonna win this battle and you're not gonna stop me. I feel like that's what we've been missing, and for us to get it tonight is just a stepping stone for us to keep continuing and keep going.
And how do you guys think you recovered that tonight after you lost 5 in a row and then you got this big win? How can you keep this up through recent weeks?
Not being complacent, just remembering that feeling of losing 5 straight and just feeling like we was down at our lowest and just keep harping on that. Now it's time to get back to the winning columns with multiple wins and make a run.
You were able to get to the line 26 times tonight. What did that mean to the team just to have those easy shots as a team?
It's good to see the ball going in, and it just shows that we was aggressive. We was the aggressors out tonight, and not being like people that was
know you had some big runs tonight. How did you fend those off?
Just knowing that they're a really good shooting team. They got the most made 3-pointers in the back right now, and so just knowing that they always ready to catch and shoot. So not being these guys bar a man 1-on-1, not helping too much, and really just making sure ball screen coverage, we're perfect on those, and just deliver the results as long as we're doing what we need to do.
You guys got out to the early lead, of course, but you never let NIU get a lead in this one. You led for 39 minutes, 23 seconds. How important was that for you guys? How good of a sign was that to be able to get a lead, but be able to hold it and fend them off the whole game?
That was definitely a good sign. They're a team that they always gonna keep making shots. So you just gotta make sure that you get those stops, get those defensive rebounds, but also be efficient on the opposite side and get good shots. And so just down the stretch, just making sure that not settling too much for the three, get to the line, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I also think we play like a mature brand of basketball tonight. Instead of just taking all those home run shots, just let the game come to us and just be patient, but also be able to attack them as well.
Any more questions for our players?
Hey John, just looking at the MAC standings, some of those top teams have kind of separated themselves with it's such a log jam in the middle there. You guys are right there as well. Tonight was the start of the second half of the MAC schedule. Was there any message, within the team about approaching this second half of the season a certain way, knowing that, it was a tough first half, but you guys are still right there in position to make MAC tournament?
Yeah, the message is to never give up. So as long as we got a chance, we're gonna fight, and just going in every day, working hard, and just know that there's always a chance. When you give us a chance, we gonna capitalize.
Any more questions?
Now that you guys have finally ended that 5-game losing streak, felt like that was a cloud over you guys for a little bit. You guys get to stay home for the next 2 games. How nice is that for you guys?
It feels good, to be back home. Get more shots in the gym. Just keep watching film. Just keep trying to get ready for the next opponents. Just keep trying to win more games. Go on the winning streak, and just go from there. And make a run all the way to the conference tournament.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to get off a little slump that we've been in. Nice to have, you see the value of just having a couple more, impact guys. It was really a huge difference maker in this game with Dejan Humphrey kind of getting back into, game timing and all that stuff after, 2-3 month hiatus, and Derek Butler kind of coming back from illness. Jemai Feld still battling illness. It's kind of been running through our team, but just to be able to have, more bodies that really gave us a chance to sit more guys and get breathers, and I thought that was a really impactful to how we shot it, to how our defensive energy and rebounding, all those type of things, and so that was a huge asset for us. And, it's been a while since we outscored somebody 23-8 off the bench, which is really good. I thought those 3 guys were fantastic. Shot 9 for 16 from that second unit, which was really important. We had 22nd chance points led by Marcus, who was outstanding in that area. And I thought our general activity level, our tempo was much better than we've had, which I attribute to some of that energy and less conservation. And so if we can get back to that style of play, we feel pretty good about where we can position ourselves in the second half of the conference.
Just the ball movement looked so much better tonight compared to some of these past games, especially around the perimeter, guys giving up open shots for a better shot. And just what was the message the last couple days that really maybe helped the team out tonight?
Yeah, we were getting caught up, trying to, execute things, and if the pass isn't there, we're really trying to do paint by number, and sometimes you end up getting frozen and you just get stuck in a ball screen that looks very stagnant. And so we wanted to spread it out a little bit more, and really try to attack gaps, just make more plays, not play so robotic. And number one, and number two, we had to get stops and push tempo a little bit way more, and that was a big difference maker too. Just be able to get in transition and making simple plays rather than kind of letting defenses get set up.
When you guys do go through a tough stretch like you had the last couple weeks, what was the energy level like in practices? What was the motivation level? Just, how have you kind of seen the team, try to, respond from a tough stretch and everything?
Yeah, I mean, if you watch practice, other than there's not a lot of bodies sometimes out there, but the energy and effort is dialed in. They're dialed into the scouting report. Probably more than a lot of years that have been doing this. And after games, guys are texting, saying, "Hey, what can I do differently? Hey, can I come in tomorrow, watch film?" I think I watched film with 8 or 9 of the different guys just individually, not even with the team, just one-on-one. I mean, it's a very bought-in team trying to find their way. But they're like I keep telling them, you invest and you keep doing the right things, and they're generally great human beings. And they wanna share the ball. They wanna do all those things that it's eventually going to come. I've never seen it not come. So it's just going to take. It's been taking a little longer than we want, but the will is there.
How big is that considering, tough first half of the schedule, but I mean, the MAC is just wildly congested there in the middle. All the 4 and 5 teams lost tonight. Knowing that, this team is still, cares and everything, and there's still obviously a long way to go in the second half of the season.
I mean, you get a healthy Derek Butler, you get Javante, who gets continuing to get closer and closer to healthy. I think every week that goes by, he looks a little bit better out there. Guys are kind of getting over their illness and all those sort of things. And we're probably a week away from maybe having 8, 9 guys strong. And the last time we were like that was Akron, who we had a lead for 36, 38 minutes. So we've seen what it can look like when we have the new full deck. Obviously, we have a couple guys that we may not see for a little while, but of this group, we've already shown that they can be competitive and with the best teams in the league. So, that's what we're trying to rediscover as they get healthy.
I felt like Marcus was really impactful on the board tonight. He had about 13. What did you see him do differently today, and what did you see him do differently in practice leading up to tonight?
Yeah, I mean, Marcus wants to win, and you're a big target when you're a big guy out there and you're an elite offensive player, and we're playing him out, in an interesting position because in the league that everyone's playing 4, like NIU's playing 4 or 5 guards, and he's out there chasing around guards, and we're putting him in tricky positions, and with Yosef and Greg Spurgeon and Sam Towns, all of our 4s primarily being out, he's kind of been thrust into a crossover position with him and Jemai playing 2 traditional bigs against most teams playing small ball. So he used that to his advantage today, and that's what we've been kind of emphasizing.
And can you just talk about the game Javante Campbell had on defense? He had 4 steals, he had 2 blocks, which I didn't know he had. He just had a phenomenal game. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, this kid's an absolute warrior. He's an absolute warrior. 10, 6, 4, 4, and 2 in 20, 29 minutes. He hasn't practiced a minute in I don't know, a month. He just come to me and say, "Hey, they come to shoot, or we need to get shoot around so we know what's going on and suit up for the games." And that's how good we think he is, because he impacts the game with his energy level, his IQ. I mean, I think the 1 steal at half court, I thought he was the highest I ever seen him jump. I mean, I think he jumped 10 feet to get the deflection, and then a couple plays later he blocks that one. His head's at the rim. I mean, he just does stuff that that makes you say, "Wow!" Just with the IQ on the defensive end. And he's so hard to guard. He's slippery. He gets to the foul line like crazy because you can't guard him, and then he gets down in there, and he's herky-jerky, head fakes. He's got the whole package down there. So he's a beautiful player.
And You guys dominated the second chance points battle today. You had 20, Roberta, and I used 4. What really changed in today's game that really let you dominate that?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, they play smaller, you know, and you know, we made a commitment that we weren't going to match down, that we were going to stay big, and you know, we didn't really go to the zone at all in the first half. We said we're just going to guard it. Let's stay big and guard it. Let's, you know, put you guys, just kind of throw them in the ocean and say, hey, you got to guard 6'3" guy at your size and see what happens. And so it had varying degrees of success, but it also gave us the advantage on the other end.
Butler had 15 points tonight. What does it mean to have someone score all of those in the second half? Just a spark like that for the team.
Yeah, he's another one we haven't seen. You know, didn't play on Saturday, couldn't practice on Sunday. He was just kind of getting back. Wasn't sure what it was going to look like from a health standpoint today, but you trust him. You know, first half he's had big second halves when throughout the year when he's been healthy, and so first half wasn't really going, but it's like we've seen this before. Let's go back to him early, and we trust him. I trust him. He cares deeply.
And all players who played today scored. What does it mean just to have everyone contributing on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, very important performances across the board. I love Braylon Green, 4 defensive rebounds, he gets a bucket, but he impacts the tempo of the game. I thought he was very, very good defensively. Will was very, very good. Those offensive rebounds were fantastic. They all had their impact on the game, and so it shows in the score sheet.
Speaking of Williams Jr., Zach really felt like he did a lot of the dirty work for you guys today. Had 6 points, added those 3 offensive rebounds, 5 total. It feels like he's been doing that all season, but he's finally starting to show up in the box score. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, you know, he's an X factor for us, very important player for us. We've had to move him. You know, he started at the 3 spot against Central. You know, he's playing the 4. He's played 5 at his size, and you know, when he came in, you know, we were like a 2 guard. You know, when he kind of, you know, he got big and strong during his injury year, and so we kind of moved him all over the place. But his hustle and energy, it breathes life to the team. You never see him not give it his all out there. So he's very important to us.
It really feels like since conference play, you guys have relied on Jemai a lot. Just plays 15 minutes today, gets 2 rebounds, 1 point. What does it tell you guys that you can still come out and win a game with him only contributing that in this contest?
Yeah, and Jemai's just been another warrior. You know, he's coming off those 2 seasons. You know, this was really supposed to be a year where you kind of ease him back into it, and then we had to kind of throw him in the fire. And it's not been easy. You know, he's got every pad you could possibly wear, I think, on his body. He's been sick as a dog for the last 10 days. Probably should have played him at all last week, but we needed to. And he's still kind of out there battling. You can kind of see it, and so he's hopefully getting through that. But I mean, he's been, for super redshirt freshman that's been asked to do a lot. He's coming along fast.
And with Derek Butler, he's done great scoring with you guys, top 3 scorer this season. Now that you've had to kind of sit him out a game, play him off the bench due to sickness, he gets you 15 points off the bench. Is there any thought to maybe move a guy like him off the bench, try to get that scoring going from that way?
I mean, there's some advantages to it. I mean, like you said, it's been an issue for us. And, Dejan Humphrey does bring a level of talk and toughness and leadership that we really need. He's gritty and vocal out there. And so, we feel good either which way. But he was absolutely huge today. And he's such a good kid. These guys all are coachable and they just want to win. They'll take whatever role. And that was his role today, and it was a game changer.
Coach, obviously, it's good to see you guys get back in the win column. Now you guys set your sights on Coastal Carolina this upcoming Saturday. Just talk about how important it is to set sights on an opponent like that that's a little bit different than some of the MAC opponents out there, and just the overall approach.
Yeah, little different brand of basketball that they played, and just something unique, a little breather from MAC play. But you got to play to win. Anytime we're turning the lights on and there's 2 baskets in a ball, we want to win, and so we've got to get ourselves ready. And especially in front of our own